And join now in the post-game show head coach J.W. Kieckhefer alongside Rachel Hall. I'm Peter Ferrari. Coach, nice tune-up before the final stretch now, but let's talk about today specifically. Set one, really a back-and-forth battle. Showed your dominance, your prowess in set two, and finished it out in three, but they're a skilled squad. You just had your advantages, and, you know, such an efficient outing, I would like to say, for this evening. How did you see today's win versus the Stars?
We good? There we go. I'd like to see us close out set three a little better there. I think just got a little complacent in the reception, a little complacent offensively. Let it get a little close, and it was a fantastic set there by Ryan Moore to go end the set with a great swing by Ben Heiss. So we just like us to be a little more consistent in finishing out that game. But really proud of us, not letting a really good team in Dominican score 20. I think they've been playing everybody in the NAC close. That could be an NCAA tournament team when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
So to really put the hammer down and play the offense we played today. Not a single set under 350, but the first two sets, I thought it was electric there in set three a little bit until the end. We got a little complacent, but that was a pretty electric offensive night from us, and we can do that. We got 5 hitters on the floor that can score the rock. We get a bigger block in with Joe at the baseline or Kelly at the baseline, and then bringing in Cooper and Ethan to go help us out the net. So just across this roster, so much talent. So many things to think about, and I think that's what we were able to do well today against Dominican, is to diversify the ball, get it moving, make everybody a weapon early, and you kind of saw them jumping everywhere and one-on-ones everywhere. So proud of what we did today. The offense is humming, and we got to continue to bring the service pressure and the backcourt defense.
What was the scouting report going into today, and how do you feel like the execution was?
Yeah, I mean, I usually our scouts are really good. We didn't see a ton of highline roll from them as much in the video, and I thought early in set one they got a couple highline rolls down on us, and we had to make some adjustments in the backcourt to run those down. I thought we did that really well in 2 and 3, both middle backs, Bartz and Hendricks, and then Austin and Mallory roll into the corner to dig that over the top swing from Jeske. Just really good adjustments there, I think. I don't think we ran the scout well, to be honest with you. We were trying to get in front of 15, and he was 7-0 and 9 in the wrist away. We knew that's what he wanted to do, and we didn't get in front of him well. Jeske wants to go cross. He kind of beat us up cross. I think from a defensive standpoint, it wasn't the most efficient thing from us. We were trying to stop 15 and 7. At 7, I guess we slowed down late, but we didn't really slow them down much at all. I think the service pressure was really good tonight. Our out-of-system blocking was really good tonight. And then we made that adjustment at the highline roll shot and started digging balls. So the scout wasn't great, and where it was good, we didn't run it well. But when you hit 450, it actually does not matter how you run the scout. So, we got to be better at that when we play the elite teams in the country, the top 4 teams in the country. We've got to be better at, playing the scout well. But we did the adjustments well. I'm proud of that. And we served the ball well. I'm proud of that. And, you just keep out hitting people and find a way to play defense when you need to.
It's a good segue into my next question. What's the number one thing that you're taking from this match that's going into the practice plan in the next practice?
It was awesome to see us go middle front. We've been working on setting the middle off the net a lot this year, so that was awesome. We'll keep doing that. We got to pass the ball better. I think we were a pretty mediocre passing team today at stretches. I think for a while we were really good, and then we dip and come back. So we'll do that. It's actually a lot of the same. I think that's really the biggest thing. Blocking is probably the biggest thing we have to take another massive step in. That's probably the biggest skill that we're behind in, I think, of where we should be at this point of the year. We've done a lot of out-of-system setting work. I thought you saw that today. We were on the net. We were high. We were able to hit with range because of how good the setting was. We've done a lot of communication work and making sure in rallies we're staying calm and consistent and competitive. I thought that showed up today. Our first ball offense had been struggling up until about 3 weeks ago, and we've just been on that all the time, and you saw how good it was today. So we're going to stay in the same spaces we have been in first ball, in serve, in pass, in getting the ball in the middle of the court. But then on top of that, we got to find some ways to block a couple more balls. So we'll get there a little more often in those medium to in-system situations. So, I think we've been making some awesome steps, and it shows in the number 1 ranking and how awesome that is. And it's been a while since we've had that, so that's pretty cool. I think we've taken some awesome steps. We got to continue to take more.
It's like the questions that I have. My last question is that number 1 ranking in the nation. How do you keep the team focused and motivated to keep that, to not get complacent, and what's the mindset?
Yeah, I think, we talked a lot about, we had a meeting on Wednesday, we got it on Tuesday, we had off a couple of days, so that was nice, and we came back on Wednesday before practice, and we talked about it for 30 minutes. The two questions I had for them is, what does number one mean, and what does number one not mean, right? And so we talked about what number one means, and that's, an accomplishment. It's something to celebrate. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of determination. It's a lot of focus on a culture and a team and being a teammate and being present where you are. It's something to celebrate and feel accomplished about and to have earned. It's something to understand that and feel that, right? And that's what it means. But what it does not mean you get to win a national championship. It does not mean you get to win today. It does not mean you get to win tomorrow. It doesn't mean you get to win a conference championship, right? And so it is a step along the way to where we want to go. And so I'm proud of us and having that moment to celebrate that and feel accomplished that we've earned it. It's been a long time since we've had that, since the 2 championship seasons. So to feel accomplished, to feel like we've earned something, we have. That is not hard to get to as number one in the country, or is hard to get to number one in the country. Not a lot of people are able to say they've done that. But then, what does it not mean? And the real goal is to be there on April 25th. That's to be number one then, not today. So keep the work, keep the steps. We're not done yet with improvement. I mean, we look good, we look clean today. And we can still improve on a lot of things, and that's the focus.
Alumni Day, some legends here on the court sharing their pleasantries. Give them one more shout-out, Coach. What was it like to have them here?
Yeah,
see a nice video.
We put Griffin Shields into the Hall of Fame during homecoming a while back, but obviously it's just homecoming. It's not in our season. There's not a lot going on for men's volleyball, so it's hard to celebrate him in that moment. Griffin Shields at 6'8", 6'9", over the top of the block, touching around 12 feet, hitting the crap out of it, D-ball, flare, they set him every single ball. He was that unstoppable back then, and he's got a couple years with number one rankings in there, and tore his Achilles late in his career in his senior year, I believe. They weren't able to finish it out for him to go win a national championship because he was that electric. So that was tough to see, but also just his presence for this program elevated it. Not that we needed help elevating our program, but he elevated us and who we are, and he's just a great dude. So much fun to hang out with every day. He cares so much about this program and this team still, even that far removed from it. A good friend of mine, even though I didn't know him well before I took this job. Mm-hmm. And so it's so much fun to celebrate him and the person he is, more important than the volleyball player he is. But my goodness, was he a pretty special volleyball player. In year 7 for me, this is starting to be something cool, Alumni Day for sure. Previously was more let's celebrate this program for me, and get to know these guys who've meant so much to this program, and get ready to get to know these guys and continue to push the program forward and get to know what we think we need to push forward. But I didn't know a whole ton of those guys quite personally. In year 7, how many, you got 3 classes of guys, 7 classes of guys that have graduated playing for me. Now 2 classes that have gone 4 years with me, and are back. It makes you shed a tear a little bit when you think about it. Man, I'm old now. But it's cool to see them all want to come back and all have fun. It's cool to see them support this program still when they don't need to, and to see how much this place and these people have meant to them. And it's cool to get yelled at, and get talked to some trash too when you need to from those guys, because I deserve it for what I did to them, pushing them all those years ago. So the love for this program is cool. Yeah. The love for this place is cool, and I'm thankful I get to see those guys again. It's been a while, so it's fun to get to see those guys. Yeah, well, we're thankful for getting to call such great volleyball, Coach. We'll see you conference play back in for the home stretch in just a bit. Congratulations. Thank you guys. Go Birds.
Again, that was head coach J.W. Kieckhefer in the post-game show, 25-19 for 2 out of 3 sets, 25-15 in the second. Rachel, before we break down the final stats, thoughts on what Coach had to say?
Yeah, you can tell that he loves what he does. He loves the guys that he's able to bring in to play for him, and what they've created here at Carthage College, 2 national championships. Really, really special.
Yeah. Let's look now at the final stats between these 2 squads, presented by the Pullman Auto Stores of the greater Kenosha area. 46-31 to kill differential. We'll get to hitting in just a moment. Assists over the top, aces over the top, errors really made up for it. Blocks 6-4, digs 33, but hitting 427. Rachel, that's if you hit 427, you're probably going to win the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Every category, Carthage did end up winning. You don't want to win the service errors, but that just shows that they're going for it at the service line.
Yeah.
really, really clean volleyball from Carthage today.
Indeed it is. Let's look at the upcoming schedule now on the CCIW network.